Hello dear learners, in this video we are going to learn about the Arduino Uno board. So without any further delay, let's get started. What is Arduino? Arduino is an open source electronic prototyping board with a microcontroller which can be programmed with Arduino IDE. Arduino family has several boards, but the Uno is widely used and most popular among them. So significant components of the Arduino Uno board are the power port, then USB connector, analog pins, digital pins, microcontroller, reset button, crystal oscillator, USB interface chip, TX and RX LEDs, and voltage regulators, the power port. This either using an AC to DC adapter or a battery, we can power the Arduino board. By plugging in a 2.1mm center positive plug into the power jack of the board, we can connect the power source. Uno board operates at a voltage of 5 volts, but it can withstand a maximum voltage of 20 volts. If the board is supplied with a higher voltage, the voltage regulator, which is mounted between the power port and the USB connector, protects the board from burning out. So as far as the USB connector is concerned, the USB port is used to load a program from the Arduino IDE onto the Arduino board. Through this port, we can power the board as well. As far as the analog pins are concerned, Arduino Uno has 6 analog input pins, starting from A0 to A5. These pins can read the signal from an analog sensor, such as IR sensor, temperature sensor, and all that, and convert it into a digital value for system understanding. These pins can also be used for digital input or output. Now let's come to the digital pins. So these pins are labeled as digital 0 to 13. These pins can be used as either input or output pins. When used as output, these pins act as a power supply source for the components connected to it. And when used as input pins, they read the signals from the components connected to them. When connected as output pins, they supply around 40 milliamps of current at 5 volt of supply. Some of the digital pins labeled with the tilde symbol. Those pins are pin 3, 5, 6, 9, 10 and 11. These pins acts as normal digital pins but can also be used for pulse width modulation, which is also known as PWM, which simulates analog output such as fading an LED in and out. Now let's come to the main part, that is the microcontroller. The prominently visible black rectangular chip, which is considered as the brain of the Arduino, with 28 pins in it. Uno board has Atmega 328P microcontroller by Atmel. The Atmel is the manufacturer of this microcontroller. So Atmega 328P has flash memory of 32 KB. The program or code loaded from the Arduino IDE is stored over there. And it has a RAM of 2 KB, which is the runtime memory. And the CPU, it controls everything that goes on within the device. It fetches the program instructions from the flash memory and runs it with the help of RAM. And apart from that, there is an electrically erasable programmable read-only memory, which is also known as EEPROM. It has capacity of 1 KB. And this is a type of non-volatile memory. It keeps the data even after the device restarts and reset. Atmega 328P is pre-programmed with bootloader. So this allows us to directly upload a new program into the device without using any external hardware programmer. Now, as far as the reset switch is concerned, when this switch is clicked, it sends a logical pulse to the reset pin of the microcontroller and now runs the program again from the beginning. And apart from that also, there is a crystal oscillator which has a clock frequency of 16 MHz. So this is a quartz crystal oscillator which ticks 16 million times a second, and on each tick the microcontroller performs one operation such as addition, subtraction, etc. And USB interface chip is there. So it works as a signal translator. It converts signals in the USB label to a label that an Arduino Uno board can understand. And finally, there are TX and RX indicators. So TX stands for the transmitting and RX is for the receiving. These are indicators, LEDs, which blink whenever the Uno board is transmitting or receiving the data. Depending upon that, they are labeled as TX indicator and RX indicator. Apart from that, there are certain ICSP pins. ICSP stands for in-circuit serial programmer. So for serial communication between your device and the microcontroller, these pins can be used. So this is all about the main components of Arduino. Apart from that, there are several components are also there, which I have already mentioned in a pictorial manner. So that's all for this video. Till then, keep learning and keep having fun.